Hello and welcome to Codec Call, Z Targeting's gaming podcast. I'm Luke. Tonight I'm joined by Dakota. What's going on?
What what's up, man?
Nothing. And I'm also joined by Buck. How you doing?
What's going on, boys? Ready to party?
Yeah, it's rock and roll. All right, so let's get right into it. I got a couple questions for you guys. First up, what are you drinking?
All right, today we went with the goodness of Dogfish Head is their Palo Santo Moran, whatever that means.
What?
I'm pretty sure I butchered that name. Palo Santo. That's what we're gonna call it. We're gonna call it Palo Santo. Anyways, though, it's a brown ale by Dogfish Head, obviously. I mean, I've never seen it before. My wife picked it out, so we're gonna try it. Bugman?
Oh, I'm back on my Jack of Pumpkin Shandy. I had to get it before we were out of the best month that has ever existed. So, I got that again. A little repeat there for me.
Happy Halloween, by the way.
Yes, a very happy Halloween.
Luke?
Right, and I'm enjoying a New Belgium slow ride.
Dude, I've had that before. That's actually not bad.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, look at that.
You guys do anything fun for Halloween?
I sat at home. I actually did this podcast. Am doing this podcast on Halloween.
Nice.
Yeah,
You're,
man.
you're welcome.
I dressed up like Luigi on Saturday.
Luigi, huh?
That's why I grew out the mustache. And then we could finally get rid of it. Feels amazing.
No, it's still there.
It's
I
almost time
you
to
you-
actually grow it again.
for No Shave November. Except
I'm
that you
doing
can
it.
just not shave anything at all. No
Okay.
point. No
Yeah,
pun
alright.
intended.
Okay, anyway. My other question is, what have you guys been playing?
I guess still Gears. God dang. I'm getting farther though. Like I'm on 5.3, I think.
It's got to be
And
almost done
then
then.
yeah, I think so. I don't know how many chapters or acts there are, but yeah. And then you and I did the insane
Oh.
shit, but we don't want to talk about that.
I told y'all it was a thing, man.
We just did the beginning of the prologue, and we could barely even get through that. And it's like I'm on
Yeah,
Act
that's-
4 right now, like almost done with Act 4, I think. And I'm like picturing these encounters that I'm doing like just on normal in Insane after seeing
Right.
what Insane's like. And I'm like, there's no way in hell I'm ever gonna be able to beat that.
Yeah. Like,
Oh,
the
we're
defense
horrible.
and stuff, there's no way in hell.
I mean, like yeah. When we get Buckman in on that, it may help, but maybe I don't know, dude. That's a beast.
It's
Holy
so hard,
crap.
man. And hardcore is like a walk in the park. And
Yeah.
insane is just belligerent, dude.
Yeah.
Unbeatable, almost like.
I will say this though, like I had a lot more fun playing on Insane than what I thought I would. Just be like seeing the interactions that we like with you doing flips out into the middle of nowhere.
It's like I was sucking for
Dude,
almost the whole time, and then when we got up against that turret, and I took out like 3 dudes with headshots in a row, when we were getting mowed down by this turret, I was somehow doing that and then sucking 99% of the rest of the time.
See, so you said somehow, and I'm glad that you said that word because I think I've realized that the game just felt really sorry for us and was just like, we're just gonna give it to him. Just give it to him.
I
And then
confess
after that, they were. I'm just kidding, dude. But the one time whenever you just kept flipping, and I'm dunked behind cover, and then the next thing I know, your character just flips out into the middle of nowhere. I'm like, what are you doing? And you're like, I just had a couple bad flips, man. I had to go for it. And then you just get waylaid by this dude.
Well, I think
It was.
when we try to go for the same cover, sometimes it gets screwed up, and then I like pop out to the side of the cover, and I'm like, well, shit, I'm out in the middle of the open, and I gotta scramble. It was funny though. It was
flip.
funny, but we did so bad.
It was for like the hour that we played. It was pretty fun. I enjoyed that. Like I said, when we get Buckman in on it, we can probably get somewhere. Maybe, as long as Buckman can carry us. Really.
Yeah.
Pretty thuggish, but I mean, we'll see. That game is no joke, man.
You should really start like loosening your hamstrings to start carrying us. Just saying.
All right, I'll start now. I'll do yoga at night just for the day we finally meet.
All right, Buck, what have you been playing?
I mean, besides Battlefield a lot, I picked up Xenoverse. Gears has been on my back burner for a while, and it's kind of hard because there's just so much out right now. Battlefield sucked me in real hard, and they came out at the same time. And then Xenoverse came out too, and I was like, oh, I would like a feel for this kind of game because it's not like any of the others at all. And so now I'm kind of on that a little bit too. And Xenoverse, it feels pretty good. Like the first and the second one, the second one feels like 10 times bigger. I mean, it looks 10 times bigger. Plays super smooth. The graphic style is pretty awesome. I mean, it has to be that kind of comic book looking thing because you wouldn't get this smooth. There's no way. Like if it looked like Battlefield, it had this crazy engine, you would just be sitting there screen tearing all the time. So for what it is, I definitely like that game. It's pretty awesome.
And you said that you did play the first one, right?
Yeah, I played through the whole first one, which was also a great game.
I'm really interested in those. Like, I think that, well, Luke, like, you and I, we were huge in Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that back in the day. So, like, that universe, I really really want to give it a try, honestly. But I just know, like, what was it, Budokai and stuff like that? They just,
Yeah.
I mean, everybody, the like huge fanboys loved them, but I know that deep down inside they were just not
they
very
didn't.
good games.
No, they weren't that great, bud.
So I think that, I just think because of that, like I have just this huge stigma against them.
It's
That
so
it's hard for me to play.
It's so different though, man.
And
Making your own guy, like leveling him up like a RPG feels
right,
epic.
I feel like that would be awesome, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to bring myself to do that though.
I would definitely give one a try, especially now. It's probably,
Like,
I mean, I think it just had a
$5.
gold sale too. Like,
Oh,
perfect. So I would definitely try it. That was a good game. I didn't think I'd like it as much either, but after playing the first one, I didn't even hesitate in the second. So
That's good. Luke?
Yeah, so I just got Titanfall 2. Been playing that. I've been really impressed with it. I had my doubts going in, and I kind of got it just on the good faith of the developers, like the guys that used to be the heads of Infinity Ward. So I started at with the single player campaign first, and I was immediately blown away. It's a beautiful looking game, runs great, and it's a single player campaign that you can tell was like designed like by people that really appreciate, a good single player game. It's got exploration, it's got character. I was really struck by it, and then hopped into the multiplayer. Great multiplayer. Obviously, these guys know what they're doing with the Call of Duty franchise. So that's really fun. The main mode I've been playing is called Bounty Hunt. So you've got two teams of human players, but they drop in waves of AI soldiers or AI titans, and then you go and kill them, and you earn money by killing the AI. And then when you kill human players, you take their bounty. So that's an interesting mode that's different than I think most other shooters. The main problem I've been seeing though is there's not a whole lot of people playing it.
Really?
Yeah, I think the games flew under a lot of people's radars, which it came out in between Battlefield and Call of Duty, which is a really bad time to release a shooter.
Oh yeah, dude.
I know. Or go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say that's what I don't know. I feel like I feel like they really didn't advertise it very much or very well. Like honestly, I didn't see commercials for it until literally a couple days ago. Maybe it was just because of the channels I was watching. I don't know, but I just don't think that they advertised it very well. But
Yeah.
I also don't think that they were really trying to. I think they were wanting to. I think they were wanting to try to put it in between, like you said, Battlefield and Call of Duty, just put it in there, make what they could, but still not take too much away from Call of Duty and Battlefield themselves.
They had the whole doing Doritos going, man. The double XP.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
That's surprising.
It's just
Well,
weird.
I don't know.
I think EA. I don't know if they just didn't care, or or what their deal was. It just seems
I don't know.
like this is a game that it's a new franchise. It seems like a perfect candidate to release like in December or ahead of the holiday season or something, not right smack dab against Battlefield, which is EA's other like their huge shooter, which is selling great.
Titan? Oh darn! I thought you were gonna use that. I thought you were gonna call it a Titan.
Yeah,
Ouch.
yeah, and just the online player count I've been seeing is just so low, and some stats came out. I don't think they're 100% confirmed, but it's like it sold less than 52,000 copies, which it came out on Friday, so that's not a full week, but still right now it's like less than Titanfall 1, which was not even on PS4. So it's
Right. Okay. I don't know very much about Titanfall, but is Titanfall 2? Is that like? Did they do the whole Call of Duty thing with Titanfall 2, where like it's not exclusive, but like PlayStation gets all the DLC and stuff, or is that Xbox still?
no, I think it's
Or is it just even?
universal. I think they made a point to get away from that kind of marketing crap that kind of muddles stuff, and they're just like it's the same. It's all there. Don't worry about it.
Even though there was rumors when 1 came out that 2 was going to be a PS exclusive.
Yeah.
I remember the GameStop guy. He's like, you sure you want this for
Well, there you
Xbox?
go,
I was like,
GameStop.
yeah, no, oh, don't
You
even
can't
talk
trust
about
GameStop.
it. And this guy, he's behind the counter. He's like, oh, Titanfall 2 is going to be a PS exclusive. I was like, I'm good, bro. Sure enough, that didn't happen.
I secretly really wanted that to happen just because I thought it was going to be extremely funny to see all the fanboys like cry about it, but I also knew that would just be dumb and probably won't happen.
Because then they probably would have sold like 30,000 maybe, and they'd be hurting, dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
And it's just a real bummer because the game plays really well. It feels great. Like if you haven't played, it's a really fast-paced game. Like Titanfall 1, I think they started a lot of this like jetpack, double jumping, wall running stuff you see in Call of Duty. Like that did it first. So you're really fast-paced when you're as a pilot, but in single player it still's got those slower moments, just like those calmer exploration moments, which I think is really cool, and it's just a beautiful world to experience. And it's just a shame that like it seems like it hasn't taken off and it's just getting forgotten by these other big shooters, which sucks.
that's really surprising because I was debating between getting Titanfall or Battlefield, not Call of Duty. Holy crap, I really just nearly made a huge mistake. But Titanfall or Battlefield, and I mean, knowing now that there's nobody on Titanfall, I may just lean more towards
there's
Battlefield.
people, but it just seems like this is the weekend of the launch,
Right.
and the player counts
And
are
that's
really
it.
low. I feel like the lifespan, like you can find matches
Have
and
you-
everything, but I feel like the lifespan's gonna be really short.
Have you done the battery thing? Because I thought the battery, I obviously didn't do it, but I thought the battery, like taking out an opponent's battery and giving it to your own player or ally or whatever, I thought that was awesome. That's like an awesome mechanic.
Yeah, that's really cool. Like rodeoing a Titan, and
Yeah.
it's really cool. It just adds a whole nother layer into the game. So yeah,
See that was the issue with them coming out in the middle of that though. Like even if people want to play it, things cost money, dude. So like that's why I didn't get it because I had Battlefield already.
yeah,
And then Xenoverse came out. I was like, which one do I get? I really want Titanfall, really want Xenoverse. And I sat there, I was like, well, if I have 2 shooters, how am I gonna divvy up that time? Like, I like dedicating some time, getting some distance in shooters. So I was like, Xenoverse then, because I need a different game, 2 shooters is just gonna be too hard to keep up with for me.
yeah, online multiplayer shooters, you
That
really
RPG.
gotta dedicate the time to it to get good, because otherwise you're just gonna get creamed, which
Right.
happens to me all the time. But and I have such gaming ADD that I always switch between what I'm playing, and that's not the way to do it for multiplayer shooters.
Right.
But
You do have gaming ADD.
Yeah.
Holy crap. I just realized it.
yeah, it's bad.
Except with Fallout 3. Fallout 3, you didn't have that at all.
Yeah, every once in a while there's something that I'm either like playing like 3 things at a time, and that switches from week to week, or there's one amazing game that's all I'm playing no matter what. That's how you can tell it's a real quality one, in my
Oh
books.
yeah,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
your Adderall.
Yeah. My gaming Adderall. That's good.
So, did anybody get Skyrim? Or I know that we kind of touched on it, but out of curiosity.
I bought it, but there's a lot of stuff right now, so it's still unopened.
Okay, that's fine. I like I said, I'm not getting it till probably like Christmas. But I just because it's such an important game, I'll probably still get it. But
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Skyrim and Bethesda, Bethesda recently came out with a press release saying their current review policy that they are allegedly going to be sticking to, which is to send out review copies only a day before release. Now, in the past, typically when a game is not sent out for review until right before it releases, is really a bad sign that the company doesn't believe in it. They don't want those bad reviews getting out when the game first launches, so that day one purchasers don't change their mind. Now, this year actually, Bethesda kind of struck gold with Doom. They didn't put out any early review copies, just the day they came out or the day before or whatever. And a lot of people were going into it had low expectations, and it really flipped the switch. And it is, it's one of the contenders for Game of the Year for a lot of people, I think. So Bethesda's going to be sticking to that. They did it with Skyrim. They're going to be doing it with Dishonored. I was wondering if you guys had any thoughts on that, or just gaming reviews in general. Because I think this policy is a pretty big deal.
yeah, I mean, I really think that's kind of a. I understand why. No, actually, I don't. I don't understand why they would want to do that. Bethesda generally gets very positive reviews, so I don't understand why they would think that getting a negative review would jeopardize them selling their games. They're still going to sell millions and millions and millions of copies. They just do. That's what they do. But so I don't understand it. I think that's kind of a. It's not really a mess up. I don't think it's gonna hurt them at all. But I don't know. It's good. It's still good. Like whenever Fallout 4 came out, it would still be nice if whenever it came out, you still got the day one reviews and stuff like that, just as a guideline per se on what to expect with it. I mean, I think it's just kind of it's a not necessarily a dumb decision, but it's a odd decision. But hey, if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do.
It's weird because they must have the data to show that reviews just don't really have that big of an effect on sales, or at least good reviews don't really sway too much. I'm sure bad reviews do, but really,
Right.
It's like it's not necessarily anti-consumer, because I feel like a lot of people want to have stuff day one, and they're probably going to buy stuff anyway. Right. And if you wait for a review, you just have to wait a little bit longer. So the smart the economical consumer that's making sure everything's straight before they buy something, they just got to wait a little bit, and that information's still going to be there. Really, it seems to just hurt gaming media, because they're not going to get as many clicks, on a game's release date.
And that's what I mean. Like, that's just dumb. That's dumb because you're in a way causing harm to a whole media rather,
Yeah.
of gaming, and that's, I don't know. I feel like they're putting a hindrance on that side of gaming, and that's just, I don't know. It's just not good. It's just not good for them. It's not smart. It's not gonna hurt them, which is the sad part. Like, it's not something that you can try to force change with. As stupid as that is, I don't know why you would really care, but there's nothing you can really do. It's not gonna hurt them because they're Bethesda, and honestly, they're such a good company that they can call the shots. There's not a lot of them, but there are a couple of companies that just they can do whatever they want because their games are still gonna sell no matter what.
Yeah. It's just weird. It's like it's not necessarily going to hurt consumers, but it just seems like it has ill will against like the media and gaming journalism. That's just weird.
Buckman, you're being awfully quiet with this.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of mixed feelings. I didn't really know what to say about it.
Yeah,
Just
it's
kind of
like,
touched on like because I'll always trust a Bethesda game. I won't even care. I'll go buy it
Right.
day one. I really don't care. You don't even have to tell me what it's about. You just slap Bethesda on a box, say it's a playable game, or don't even. I'm just gonna go buy
you,
the damn
it
thing.
just needs to say Bethesda.
I'm serious, man. They have such high quality, but
Yeah.
I don't know what they're getting at with that. Maybe they just think everybody knows they're good, so maybe a bad review could float. But I still think why would they even care about a bad review?
Exactly.
You know?
I remember whenever. Sorry to cut you off, but
No,
I remember whenever 4 came out, Fallout 4, and like, I was it IGN. There was a couple of them that they weren't negative, but they weren't as well received as the other Fallouts. Fallout 4 just wasn't at the time that it came out. Honestly, now with the DLC, I think it's a great game. At the time it came out, I was like, you know what, this kind of misses the mark. I feel like, but. And whenever the reviews came out for 4, I was like, you know what? I don't even care that it's being received badly. I'm still gonna wait in line for it, and I'm still gonna get it the day it comes out. And I was at, sadly, GameStop the day it came out.
Me too, man.
I was standing there in line, and I was extremely excited. And I immediately went home, installed that thing for like 2 hours because it took
Yup.
forever.
2 in the
And
morning, you get to play.
Yep. And you're just like, yes! And then it's like, oh wait,
I have
it's
work
3
in an
o'clock?
hour.
Yeah, I gotta go to bed.
That was me, bro. I
Yeah.
had work. I got to get an hour in before just going to work after
No,
just no sleep.
And the sad part is that game's so big that hour in, you were just like
Yep.
customizing your
Nothing.
character.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
you're
it.
just
I
You're like,
finished his
"Yes."
face. I got to the bunker and I got to go to work.
exactly.
And I was so bummed out.
It's
I was
so
like, I have
funny.
nothing to talk about.
You're just like, yeah, basically the first night you just spend doing nothing but getting prepared for the actual second day where you can actually get somewhere.
Yep.
That's sad, but whatever.
Nice.
I was fine with it. It's fine.
Every Bethesda game has had like this is super off, but I mean, just to talk about Bethesda, like every single one of their game releases, I have like a super fond memory of like, sitting in a line, just like butterflies going. Like I remember Skyrim, I was out there, man. Like, just not knowing what to expect. I mean, there was things released for it. You saw some gameplay, but man,
I
love
Their games are
some
so huge.
Bethesda, man.
They can't show everything. It's
Right.
just and the
Exactly.
experience is a big part of it. You actually just exploring.
I'm just, I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah. So we were right on the verge of November 2016, and it looks like if my notes are right, some games are coming out during that time.
Some games.
Yeah. So we had put together a list of some of the notable releases. Let's talk about those and see what has us hyped this month. So first up, we got Owlboy. It's coming out tomorrow, actually. It's
I know nothing about this game too.
so it's an
I know
indie.
it comes out tomorrow
Yeah,
on PC, and that's it.
it's an indie game. It's been in development for a really long time. It's got a great art style, pixel sprite. Looks like a Super Nintendo game. I may have to pick this up just based on the art style alone. Which looks beautiful. I love 16-bit looking games like that.
I will say this: the very little that I did see of the game, the art style really looked awesome. I mean, I'm still not gonna get it unless it's really cheap on Steam, which is an actual high possibility. But
There'll be a sale,
I mean-
guaranteed.
yeah, eventually, if not right at the beginning, because Steam does that.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm a sucker for these games that hit the like the 16-bit era nostalgia. So we'll have to pick this up, try it out. What's
You're
up?
legitimately interested to play this on your Mac.
Yeah. Well,
Ow.
I've been looking at. I've picked out what I want for my PC. So that's
Ooh,
Coming up.
there you
Wait,
go.
really?
yeah.
Time out.
I've been looking up a lot of
let's
stuff.
do this again. Let's rewrite this script real quick and
Oh my God.
segment into this because I'm interested,
Okay.
and I think maybe the audience is slightly interested. And Bugman is gonna act like he's not interested, but he really is.
So, obviously, I want something for gaming, but I want it to be capable for video editing and streaming and stuff like that for what we want to do. So we at least have a little bit more capability with that. So a couple key things I was looking at, like a i7 6700 processor at least. I'm kind of dead set. I want to get a 1070 GPU. I think a 1080 it's nicer, but I don't think the benefit is worth the cost. In my
Definitely
opinion
not.
right now.
Not in the moment, no.
I think a 1070 is beefy enough. 16 gigs of RAM, which some may say that's overboard for gaming, but if I want to,
No,
okay,
it's not.
okay.
That's
Oh my God, the RAM King, the guy that just, if it's got an open slot, put something in it. Oh, it can have 4 graphics cards.
Are you talking about me or you? Because I
Yeah,
only said this
Mr.
about
4 graphics cards.
I wanted 2.
Oh, sorry, 2 for.
I have 16 gigs of RAM, and it's amazing. There's literally nothing you can't. There's nothing you can't do. It's awesome. It's
Okay.
better than your measly 4. Anyways, though,
Who the heck has 4?
Well,
he has a Mac.
Well, it's just
I thought you were
it's just
talking
it's
to
just a
me.
MacBook Pro. It's not anything
Pleb.
crazy.
All right. Anyway.
How many? How much RAM do you have, Buckman?
8 million jillion. All right, go on.
8. Okay, continue.
So yeah, I've read that you want 16 for like video editing and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
And then get like a solid state like 128 or 256 to run stuff off, and then like a terabyte or 2 for and a mechanical hard drive for just storage. That's about the main things. I've been debating on getting a 4K monitor or not, because I think that's set up.
No,
don't worry
You
about
don't need it right now.
it. Okay.
Nah,
It's really nice, but honestly, they're gonna get by the time you actually need one,
yeah.
they're gonna be so much better. So you might as well wait.
Just gets you a 144 refresh. Yeah, that shit's
Another day, honestly.
is so
Uh,
nice.
So this is a slight tangent, but have you ever heard of Tech Syndicate?
No.
He's on you. He has a channel on YouTube. I highly recommend watching his stuff, like just to learn about things. That's where I learned about all the stuff that I know about gaming PCs and stuff like that. He like every single like week he has a weekly show where he just talks about new stuff that's coming out. Yeah, I highly recommend him. He's really good with what he does. Well, them, I should say. It's a group. There is a little bit of a rumor that they no longer exist, but it's a
How is
tiny
that a
rumor.
rumor? Do they still put out content, but they're like ghosts?
No,
What?
they still put out content.
Like,
There's a tiny rumor that they're like dying, and the main dude
Oh.
refuses to acknowledge it. So the channel's dying, not them themselves.
Okay.
In case that was ever up in the air, but I don't know. It's hard to explain what's going on with them, but it's not important. I highly recommend like watching their stuff because you'll learn a lot, especially about PC gaming and stuff. And they're not biased. Like they'll still talk about things that about Mac stuff and everything like that. They're very like broad spectrum with knowledge. They're really helpful. Anyways, though, back to this November stuff.
Yeah. So I'll spend $2,000 on a PC just to play Owlboy and like fucking Undertale
oh god.
at like 500 frames a second.
The worst part is I'm pretty sure that you can play both of them like on a Raspberry Pi, which is really yeah. I know you
That's
can
what I
play
need to get.
Minecraft on a Raspberry Pi, and it's not that much more difficult.
Loaded up on the old TI-83, dude.
Dude, you know what's even better than Minecraft? Dragon Quest Builders. That actually
Any
I've been
game
playing as
ever.
well.
Oh.
Dude, did you play it or buy it or
Yeah.
anything?
Yeah.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah. I forgot I was gonna talk about that on the What I've Been Playing, but it's like I never really got into Minecraft because I don't know, it just wasn't speaking to me totally. But this takes that plus like
Till you get a
quests.
PC.
Yeah, it was like quests and the, kind of the JRPG side, which I love that stuff. So I've been having a lot of fun with that.
I've really been thinking this is bad, but I've really been thinking about trading in Doom for it. Even though I just bought Doom, but I think Dragon Quest Builders sounds amazing.
You should trade it in for Battlefield.
Anyways, so these November games. The next one on my list, Luke, is Mario Party Star Rush for the 3DS coming out November 4th. Did you guys play any of the Mario Parties in for 3DS? There was only one other one.
No.
I haven't played
Okay.
Mario Party in a long time.
It's fine. They are all literal,
Click in the cartridge,
except
and then we'll be talking.
they're all not very good, except for the previous 3DS one. That one was actually really good. My wife bought it. We played it a lot. And because they were smart where they did it where you didn't have to have multi-card. It was single card multiplayer. So one person had it and you could just download the game. The other person could download it.
Oh, okay.
So yes, one card fit for 4 people. So like when we went on vacation and stuff like that, me and my entire family joined in. It was awesome. Like that stuff is really good. The only thing that I will say though is that I hated ever since they got away from the dice roll. You know what I mean? The dice roll and the stars. Like in 1 through like 4, it was all about who had the stars and who, like the dice rolls. Like you didn't. So on the other 3DS one, it's cards. You get cards, and the cards tell you how many spaces you can move, which is, I just don't like it. Give me a dice, call it a day. Give me stars, and call it a day. But the interesting thing with this one is that you move, and from what I'm seeing, you move still with dice, but
it's like real time or whatever, right?
It's real time, and it's not a fixed movement, meaning that you're not moving across the board. You're still moving on a board, but the board has multiple paths. So, like, the area that you have to move in is a huge square, and you pick one way that you move, so it can be like, well, it's hard to explain without you seeing it, but you know what I mean? Like, it's a huge square, and you can move in every single direction, any way, and everybody's right next to each other, and if you bump into anybody, then you do a battle.
Yeah.
A mini game, basically. So I don't know. I thought it was a cool idea. Honestly, I may try to convince my wife to pick it up because I don't want to spend the money on it, but why not, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't really cared about Mario Party in a long time, but the fact that it's like you move simultaneously, it's not like turn-based, that piqued my interest just for the simple fact that was like the most boring part of Mario Party, just waiting for everybody to go through their turns and stuff. And if this is a little bit more fast-paced, I think that it's got a lot of potential.
Right. And honestly, I don't know if you played the Mario Party on the Wii U, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad at all. It was probably the best one of recent years. Anyways,
what I liked more than that Mario Party game was the Mario series of Amiibo that launched with it. So I was way more interested in those. Oh man, this fall they got Wario, Waluigi, Boo. Oh man, it's gonna be good.
Okay, we're not having an Amiibo segment.
And the Zelda.
We didn't put that in the script. We're not doing it.
Okay. So Dakota,
next.
what do you got next on your list, Dakota? Is it Planet Coaster?
It is Planet Coaster. I'm pretty sure that I gave you the list that we're doing.
Yeah, and I figured
we have the same list.
I figured you'd want to talk about that because I know nothing about this
Dude,
game.
Planet Coaster, I have no idea, and I know nothing about it. But the itty bitty 10-second segment that I've seen of it is awesome because it's Roller Coaster Tycoon, except in the world of like Minecraft, but with a lot better graphics, where you build everything tile by tile, and you can do anything you want, absolutely anything. It's awesome. You can terraform, you can build walkways, you can build single track roller coasters. It's whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter. It's a planet, and you build an amusement park. It should be called Planet Amusement Park. It's awesome. Also, new title, copyright, patent, whatever we need to do. Anyways, though, next, it's awesome. It sounds awesome. Could be awesome. Also, AI. I didn't talk about AI. AI is going to be... I don't know why everybody's laughing. I'm super hyped about this. AI, though, it's more like The Sims rather than like the stupid Sim Coaster and Roller Coaster Tycoon and stuff, where this person is just like, oh, I'm unsatisfied with this roller coaster, and that's it. And then they go off to the bathroom and you never see them again. It's not like that. This time they are like, they actually have an idea of what they want to do and stuff like that. It's like The Sims and Roller Coaster Tycoon, not called Sim Coaster, because Sim Coaster didn't do that, so don't think that. So look out for Planet Coaster coming November 17th for PC. Graphics also look awesome. I'm super hyped. Next is
Yeah.
Watch Dogs 2.
Next. You fucking. Uh,
So Watch Dogs 2 coming out November 15th for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One and PC.
I'll be
What do you guys
scooping.
think?
I'll be scooping it.
It
I
looks
think
good. It
Yeah.
looks. It's got me way more interested. Well, okay, so after beating the first one, I didn't think I'd be interested in the second one, and it looks good. I don't. With everything that's out, I'm probably not going to buy it just because I've got so much else I want to play right now. But I think it's got a lot of potential. I think they turned it around.
I think I may trade in a whole bunch of stuff to get that, because that looks really good. And the idea of, like, because of me with computers and stuff lately, I think that the idea of, like, hacking in GTA is amazing. And that's basically Watch Dogs 2. Like, that's right up my alley. And honestly, all the beta stuff and demo stuff and everything like that other people have gotten, basically review copies, hashtag Bethesda. Anyways, though, I'm saying Bethesda doesn't do that, so whatever.
'Cause
Anyways,
they do
though,
whatever they want. They're
anyway.
the best.
exactly, because they can't. I mean, honestly, Bethesda's a lot better than Ubisoft. So Ubisoft, you keep doing this because it's the only thing that can help you. Bethesda, you're
Jesus.
fine. Anyways, though, but yeah, I think it sounds awesome. Like as long as they pull an Assassin's Creed 2 with this, it'll be good. Meaning that the first one had a whole bunch of flaws. It was a decent game, but it had a whole bunch of flaws, and they fixed them for the second one, and it's so much better.
And then they made a bunch of crappy. Yeah.
Then they make
Hey,
10
they weren't-
Watch Dogs games
And maybe
in
it'll
like 5
just
years.
die with 2. No, please God, don't.
They really should just take Watch Dogs 2 and stop.
Yep.
maybe just add
Ubisoft will
something
never
else.
do that.
I know that there's.
Well,
there's a
actually, I got to give them credit. They did break from Assassin's Creed for a year, at least. So I thought they would never do that.
But it took them how long to? They need to stop trying to do. They need to stop trying to be like, hey, we're going to come out with a series, and that series is going to have an update every single year. Like,
At least one
there's-
update, sometimes two.
Yeah. The I really want to be like Ubisoft. The only category of game that works with that idea, with that model, with that system is sports games, and that's only because you have to update the rosters. That's it. If it wasn't for updating rosters, that wouldn't even work. And honestly, it shouldn't work. I think that sports games should come out once every like 3 years. They should have you pay $5 to download the new roster, and that should be it.
They're leaving
It'd be
money
so-
on the table, though. They're leaving
Good
money on the
one.
table by doing that.
know,
They'll never do that.
See, I disagree. I think that if they, rather than putting everything back on a disc and stuff like that, if they just came out with the DLC, they could spend 3 years to come up with a brand new system with updated graphics and stuff like that. I think it could potentially work. Whatever.
No,
if they don't
definitely not.
do it, I disagree.
How
But-
much does the cost? How much is the cost to put a game on a disc?
I mean,
It cannot be.
it's not an incredible amount of money, but I'm saying, like, yes, they wouldn't be making as much money, but I don't think it's that.
And it ain't
But-
in the cards for them.
But do you know how big of a deal it is every year in August for the normals, to go and pick up the new Madden? It's huge. They're
Because
never
they're
going to stop
spending
doing
money all
that.
year.
Or FIFA.
I know that,
money
but that's,
there.
but
They're
that's a
never gonna-
problem.
They're never
They're
going to stop doing
bringing
that.
down society. They're bringing down the gaming culture. Just let them.
So here's the thing:
just
it's the
fight
yearly
them
Call of
out
Duties and
and
the
be-
yearly Maddens that keep the gaming industry running, and us looking for that culture and getting hardcore about it. We're just off in our little corner making no money, but you know,
Yeah, plebs, while we
I
eat
mean-
on the little bread ends, dude.
My point is that it doesn't work. Ubisoft, just stop. It doesn't work. Spend some time. Take a year off. Maybe do it once every 2
Like
years. Like
Bethesda.
Watch Dogs every other year, and then Assassin's Creed the opposite years.
see, Ubisoft, I feel like their games are lifeless because they have like 5 to 7 teams throughout the world working on every single one, and it's like you don't have that sense of just like a unified idea. And I feel like their voice actors, like they have this weird accent, and they try to make it like indiscernible or like as neutral as possible. And it's like this weird accent that doesn't exist in the real world, and it's just, I don't know. I feel like their games.
They obviously exist if there's people voice acting for them.
Well,
That accent exists if somebody is making the accent. If somebody's doing it.
They just feel lifeless, in my opinion.
Well,
I agree.
that and they have these massive, deep ideas, and yeah, they spend a year on it. It's like, all right, put it out. It's like you cannot complete that task like that. Like
Yeah.
Dishonored 2 is just now coming out. When the first one come out?
Whoa! You
2012.
can't jump the list like that.
Oh, dude, whatever. Let's get over. We're in the Bethesda versus Ubisoft realm right now. It just happened to be a battle, and now it's happening. I mean, look at how long these games take to come out, man. And they're so much better for a reason. If you have a huge idea, stop trying to pump it out every year.
I agree. Just
That's
let
like-
it go. Let it there.
One thing I thought was weak about the first Watch Dogs is like it said, oh, you can hack all this stuff and whatever, but it's like you're walking around and you just hit one button and you like change the stoplight color or like whatever, and that's it. Like it was nothing. It was
You could blow up some pipes, do stop signs, and that was about it. Yeah.
So hopefully
It was
there's
still.
less
Oh,
of
there
that.
were such good points on it though. That multiplayer was some of the most fun I've had, man. I enjoyed it so much. Hiding from people, hacking them. It was so good, man.
See, I really do feel like that's Ubisoft in a whole, where they have these peaks where they're like, you know what, this is our idea, and we're gonna take it, and then they have moments in the game where like everything is flawless, and for those like 15 minutes, everything is working really good, and you're like, holy crap, this is an amazing game. But then you have the lows where you glitch through absolutely everything, and the people just don't make sense, and they have these ambitions that just never ever hit the mark ever, that just bring it down so low to where you remember the lows, but the highs are so minuscule, but they're just minuscule.
That's how I felt about Mafia 3. It's like you have a cool story moment.
Yeah, that's
Then you play for 3 hours and it's like the same exact repetitive gameplay, which
what everybody's been saying.
I regret that purchase. I'm gonna be trading that in, unfortunately.
No, that's not good. You should let me play it.
Yeah,
Somehow.
send it to him, and then
Yeah, dude.
you give it
let
to
me.
me.
Let me make it. Yeah.
For a nominal
Yeah.
fee.
See, why does it have to be a fee? Anyways, though,
pay
so
for
number
shipping.
4, Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm really disappointed I haven't had a chance to play the demo yet. Whoops.
Dude, this game's gonna
Granted.
sell gangbusters because the demo had like
Dude.
3.5 million downloads, and it's like setting
Yeah.
pre-order records. Which
Yeah.
don't pre-order games, but it's man, it's gonna
don't
be-
pre-order games.
Dude,
I've gotten burned by that way too much.
Yo,
I'm willing to go out on a limb here, and which it's not that much of a limb, but I'm willing to say that Pokemon Sun and Moon will be the best handheld game this year, and that's including Mario Maker coming out.
What
It.
other handheld games
Ooh.
have there been this year?
That's a problem. That
Right.
I don't know.
Brave.
well, there you go.
Honestly-
Congrats. Here's the trophy.
Ready? It's actually, Dragon Quest Builders is a handheld game
for Vita.
for Vita, so no, it'll kill that. I don't.
I think my person. I don't know. I'd probably say Shin
Mario-
Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse would probably be the best handheld game, but that's my weird opinion.
Have you played Pokemon?
Yeah. But
Exactly.
Shin Megami Tensei
Shut
is
your
like
mouth.
is like
You don't
Pokemon
even
with
know what you're-
demons.
I don't care.
Yo,
That's
fight.
also Yokai Watch. Tell me that
Yes.
that's going to be better than Pokemon.
I'm not gonna
Exactly.
tell you
Ben
that.
10. Yeah.
Start all over. We're done.
Okay.
Okay, Pokemon best 3DS game this year. You can mark it down. It's guaranteed. It's not even like not even an
You
issue.
can bet on it, and we will guarantee those bets.
Bet your paycheck on it.
Anyways, though, don't say that, Buck. Pokemon Sun and Moon, extremely excited. Hopefully they don't have the Pokemon human hybrid stuff. I'm not into
Oh, there's
that.
gonna be so
please
many of them.
stop.
No,
Yeah, we're done.
what I'm really
Give
hyped
it up.
for is like the Aloha versions, or was it the Alola versions of
Lola, yeah.
Alola
the,
version.
of the original Pokemon? That looks
I
really
know.
cool. I love that.
Vulpix Yeah, the fact that they're awesome about it, and they're like, you know what, we know that this is a super, like they bring back the nostalgia by having the original 151 in
Yeah.
those. Like those are the only ones that they're doing it for. Granted, they're not doing it for all of them, but they're only doing it for that generation is awesome. Like they're tugging at my heartstrings,
Too bad
man.
Executor looks like an idiot. But, that's beside.
Fine, he's fine.
I'm a dragon. I'm a palm tree. Whatever.
I am completely fine with it.
He's
I-
just 10 feet taller, dude.
Dude, that's awesome, man.
It looks weird.
And
as
I-
hell.
That would be. I would do it in
If
a heartbeat.
Charizard isn't a dragon, the palm tree isn't. I'm gonna boycott for Charizard, dude.
Anyways, though, Pokemon Sun and Moon. If you played X and Y, you know X and Y was awesome. They're not pulling the gimmicks with Sun and Moon with the 3D effects. Like there's pretty much the only thing that's in 3D in that game is the pictures that you can take. Apparently,
Ooh.
I mean, yeah,
your Ash a chew.
it's Ash Greninja, but whatever. Anyways, though, we're leaving Pokemon human hybrids out of this, Buck. Stop it.
Dude, this
Anyways,
Alolan Raichu looks so awesome.
I like the Sandshrew. That thing
I
looks
like
dope.
the Vulpix and the Ninetales, but I've
Oh,
always
yeah.
I've
The Executor
I-
looks so stupid.
Thank you.
No, stop.
Thank you. He keeps saying no. It makes no sense how it's
No.
not no. Like how it is no.
Because
He
I'm
looks
fucking
dumb.
Palm tree. He's cool.
He's
He's
an 80-foot tall, stupid palm tree.
Giraffe.
All
neck.
right.
No, that
So-
Raichu's badass. I love that.
it's Final Fantasy.
Yes.
What
Oh,
do you guys
yes. Final
Fantasy
Fantasy
15.
15.
Let's go.
Finally releasing
Oh,
after
oh my
10
God.
years.
By the way, it's officially gold. It's done. It's ready to go. Need to be said.
I don't believe it until
Wait.
my pre-order is in my hands. Which that's something else I shouldn't have pre-ordered because this game it can either be really amazing or really horrible.
The demo beta, whatever you want to call it, that was actually not bad. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
Yeah, episode Dusky or the platinum demo.
The platinum demo.
Yeah, because I bought Final Fantasy Type 0 HD because that was like a Japanese PSP game that didn't come to America for a few years. So that was cool that came out. Came with Final Fantasy 15, the first public demo. And people had a lot of mixed opinions on that, but I thought it was really cool because it was just a Final Fantasy game just like really updated for modern gameplay systems. Like it's open world and it's got different like real-time combat, and it's like you go and explore a cave and these goblins come out, and it was like actually legitimately scary. And I was like, man, I remember playing these top-down 2D Final Fantasy games where you're fighting goblins, but this is like modern. And
Right.
you fight the behemoth at the end of the demo, and it's like this huge monster, and it's like this incredibly tense battle where like it destroys you. You know, it's so visceral. It's like it's taking these ideas from the classic Final Fantasy games and just making them so big and just updated for a next gen game. So that demo got me so hyped, and like Square Enix I feel like they had destroyed a lot of their credibility with like Final Fantasy 13, and I had totally written them off. I was like, fuck them, they're never gonna do anything good again. And then I tried out the demo. I was like, man, this has got some potential.
I don't know why everybody is so against Final Fantasy 13. I didn't mind 13 at all.
It's
I really
it's a
didn't.
good game. It's a fun game, but it's not a great Final Fantasy game by any means. It kind of trashes its tradition in the series. It's a fun game. It has a really good battle system. I got really into the battle system and
Yeah,
putting
I
together
love
my
the battle
different
system.
my different paradigms, and like I had like
Yeah. Oh, I love paradigms.
it's like I had like 6 or 7 of them or however many you could make for like
Yeah.
any situation. And what was really great about that game actually is there's some of the later bosses that were really tough, and I finally got my team leveled up and got my paradigms perfect that I was struggling to beat it, and I got to the final boss and like I got the achievement for like beating it with like no damage or some crazy shit because I got everything
What?
so perfect like
Damn,
right in
dude,
time for
you
that last
went in.
yeah, and I just went, I got everything lined up perfectly and just murdered it. But anyway,
They Oh, go ahead.
what were you gonna say?
Well, I was gonna say, believe it or not, the thing that I hated, the thing that made me stop playing 13 is I was in college and a guy pointed out to me footsteps. I was like, what the hell are you talking about the footsteps? He was like, that's all I remember about that game. And then I played it that the day that he said that I played that game, and I realized the footsteps in that game are so freaking loud. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous, and I can't
really
play it
annoying.
again. I know.
really
I'm
annoying.
like, oh my god, I never noticed it until you pointed it out. But I do remember going out in the middle of the street because I don't know if you remember this, but in high school, my original PlayStation overheated. Do you remember that? And I bought
No.
Nick's. Okay, so my original PlayStation overheated, and I bought Nick's, and it overheated while I was playing Final Fantasy 13. And I was so upset about it because like whenever it overheats, it shuts down. You can't even eject the disc. And I was like, I'm getting this disc out of here. It's not staying in here forever. And I remember I bought Nick's, and that day that I bought Nick's, which was literally the next day, I took my old one out into the street and I smashed it open just to get the disc out of it. The sad part is that like 2 weeks later, that's whenever the guy pointed out the footsteps to me, and I was like, I can't play this game again.
Shit.
But I still have the pieces of my original PlayStation.
Why?
Because I was like, you know what? My first one overheated. This new one probably will also overheat because it's the same generation. So I should probably keep the parts just in case. So I kept the parts, which I thought was a good idea, but now I realize it's just a waste of space. So I'm gonna get rid of it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Anyways, though, Final Fantasy.
Yep. So at E3 this year, Microsoft featured 15 in their stage demo, and it was a really rough demo. Like the guy, it seemed like he didn't know what he was doing. He was just getting crushed by this boss, and it didn't look well. It didn't play well, or it didn't present well. I mean, so that had a lot of people in doubts about the game. It was Gamescom or TGS. There was some other demo where the tide started to shift, and people were like, this was actually really fun. This looked really good. And then just recently, they've been sending out previews, and people have been playing like a lot of the game. Like it's like impressions after like 15 hours of play that people have been writing about, and people have been really liking this game. So that's good. That it seems like it's turning around. I guess we'll see once it actually releases. You know, once people can play the entire adventure, how it is. But it seems like the tide is shifting. I'm really excited to check it out and see what they've been working on all this time. So I'm very hyped. That's my personal most hyped game of November.
That's good. All right, so Buck, do you have anything to say about it, or not really?
I mean, I'll wait for it. I'll play it. I don't have any crazy opinions about it though.
All right, so moving on to the game, probably the most hyped game of this entire list. Everybody should be excited about this. This is Call of Duty Infinite Warfare.
Come again?
Get the hell out of here, dude.
Yeah, dude. Nobody
Kick him
worth
out.
it.
Get him out the door.
I can't say that.
I'm over Call of Duty. I've officially decided.
Nobody worth a damn actually cares about this game.
Jesus.
Once they release Modern Warfare Remastered by itself, I'll pick that up.
Dude,
Yep, me too.
That's it.
so I got into a huge argument at work about this because one guy was like, no, they're releasing it on its own. I was like, I'm telling you, I've not heard anything about it.
No, it's
He
not
was like,
confirmed at all.
yeah.
They've said that it's only coming out with the Legacy Edition, but
That's what I thought. That's why I was like, no, dude, you're an idiot. And he was just like,
That's
no,
how they're gonna make
you're an
money.
idiot.
yeah, in a year,
Yeah, that's
I
what I
guarantee in a
said.
year it'll be available by itself.
Oh,
Yep.
no, I'm sure that will be. If at any point in time they actually want to make money.
Yeah,
no, I
once
can't.
like the sales die down and like the
Yeah, they'll be like,
the
you know
lifespan
what?
of the
Here,
game's in.
yeah, here it is. Buy it digitally right now on Xbox Live.
We just have to stand strong and not break down.
Yeah.
Nate.
Which
But no, I got into a full blown argument. I nearly punched this guy. I was like,
Jesus.
"Shut your mouth! You don't know what you're talking about." He was making me mad.
tell him
I was
to,
like,
to fact check. This guy obviously does not fact check.
No fact check. Makes me sick. Send him here. So then he can hear how you want to hurt him
I
again.
was like, dude, I have a podcast. I know what I'm talking about.
Oh, that's true. Now that is 100% true.
I know. I really wanted to be like, dude, I have a gaming review media business. Like, get on my
Yes.
level.
Absolutely.
Whatever. The guy's an idiot. Hopefully he listens, though. Please listen. Please. Also-
if you were that guy, thank you for listening and thank you for all that you do.
Yes, if you are that guy, thank you very much.
Does name start with an R?
It does actually.
I know. Okay.
And you can, so whenever you see me at work, you can go, hey, I listened to your podcast, and you know what? You're right. And I'll look at you and be like, thank you, kind sir. You're a nice man.
Or he'll just yell at you. No.
If he yells at me, I swear to God, I'll choke him out right there.
Whoa, don't incriminate yourself.
Oh my God. I have a huge. I never gave a name. We're fine.
We don't support
Anyways,
choking or choking out or
We're
any of
playing
that.
video
Unless they
games on
Fact check.
at
If
your
they
job.
don't fact check, they probably deserve it.
Okay.
Super easy, guys. Google.
Fact check 2016.
Nice.
Nice.
So what else is coming out next month?
Oh, am I taking over the segment? I am. Dishonored 2 coming out November.
Ooh,
PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC.
I cannot wait.
It actually looks really good. I didn't even play the first one. As
You want to know why?
much
It
as-
looks good.
why? Because it's Bethesda.
There you go.
I knew that was coming.
I'm
I
really
mean,
stoked
yeah.
for this game too.
I want to wait for the reviews. Oh.
Oh
like,
my God! Please stop. Just take a leap of faith.
I mean, honestly, there's few companies that I trust more than Bethesda. Actually, now that I think about it, since Kojima left Konami, I don't trust them at all anymore. So Bethesda is probably the only one I actually trust.
Of all
Yeah.
companies?
That's the fantastic game.
Dude, there's not all. Like we're getting very broad here, but like of the major ones that have like extremely solid titles consistently, they're one of the only ones.
Pretty much across the board.
Yeah.
I mean, I trust Rockstar. Rockstar, like,
They're in a
It's
whole
not that-
different league.
well,
it's a
it's not
different
that I don't like. I trust Rockstar. My only thing is that I get bored with GTA over time. I really do. I just get bored. It's a great game. I'll never downgrade that, but I just get bored with it. Therefore, like, I trust them for the amount of time that I'm interested in the game, and then I'm bored with it. Bethesda, I can always come back to Fallout. Fallout 3 will always be a game I can play over and over and over again. Skyrim over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Fallout 4, honestly, now I can play over and over and over again.
I had like 20 characters in Skyrim.
Jesus.
I'm telling you, man. Like, I would be like, oh, this is cool. Let me start another one and see what I could do with that. Man, I love that game.
I mean, I guess I was the same way back with like Morrowind in like middle
Yeah,
school.
see?
Just
remember I
trying
got
different
more-
shit out.
Just crushing skooma, doing whatever you needed to do. Flying across the sky, high as a kite.
Anyways, though.
But yeah,
Dishonored
Dishonored.
2.
So I actually never played the first one either.
Oh,
Because when I kind of stopped gaming for a while, not 100%, but I slowed down a lot, and then I bought a PS3 like 2013, and my buddies at work at the time were like, "You got to check out Dishonored. It's amazing. It was like the best game of 2012 or whatever." And I never got around to it. I really like stealth games. I love like Metal Gear and everything, so I was really interested in it, but I just never got around to it. So I'm really stoked for this one because I think it comes with a free copy of like the remastered of the first one. So
I think that's what they're doing with a lot of games now.
I believe so. So then I can check out the whole series, both games.
Oh, so good, man.
I think it looks really good. I love the art style. It reminds me of like BioShock. So
Yep, that's exactly. That's why I love it so much too. Subliminal in the back of my head. Also, you can just kill like one guy. There's like 20 different ways you choose to kill him. It's
awesome.
oh, I love it, man. I love that. Dishonored was awesome.
Did Dishonored come out around the same time that An Army of Two came out, or Army of Two, not An Army of Two?
Which
Is that-
one?
definitely
I don't
not
know.
the first
Any
one.
of
How many?
Yeah,
were there?
I-
The first one came out a long.
Yeah.
the only reason why is I think I remember seeing like this is
Oh, the
I'm like,
cartel. Well, the cartel one, right? The
sure, dude.
it was the most recent one.
I guess. I just remember going. Because I was like you, Luke, where I really got out of gaming for a while whenever I first left and everything like that. But because of that, I remember seeing like Dishonored and Army of Two, and I was like, Army of Two looks stupid. Dishonored has the same looking mask thing as Army of Two, so
Wow.
screw both of those games.
Oh shoot.
And I didn't even like because of that. I just never picked it up. As stupid as that is, but
You
like I said, I knew
filthy
nothing.
human being.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
looks like
know.
it came out pretty close to the Devil's Cartel, Army 2 Devil's
Yeah,
Cartel.
see.
Oh, the first Army of Two was so good, man.
No, well, once I saw that,
No.
wasn't it made by EA?
Yes.
The first Army of Two.
Yeah, yeah. I was like,
It was
no.
so good, dude.
I mean, I'm sure it was.
At
I'm
least
sure
I
would.
liked it. Maybe it was just the time. Came out a while ago. I liked it. That's all I know. I want to put a riot shield on my AK with a fat drum, and just lay waste to people.
So you're definitely picking this game up, Buck.
Yeah, 100%, 120%.
The day it comes out.
I'm gonna pre-order it, cause I don't care. Cause my faith, my money is in Bethesda's hands. I don't even care.
Like I said, I'll write for review copies. Whoops.
Yeah,
Anyways.
I'll be picking it up too, just because I'm pretty sure it comes with the first one, and that's just an economical deal. So that's why I'm
Yeah.
getting that.
Dude, I love whenever a 2 comes with a 1.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
It's been really cool. Like Dark Souls 3, like the day one edition came with Dark Souls 1. A lot of games have been coming with like old downloads. It's awesome.
You know what? You know which one is still a steal? Buck is going to disagree with this probably, but still a steal is Bayonetta 2. Still
Yeah.
coming with Bayonetta 1. Like I remember whenever I first got that, I was like, my mind was blown. I was so excited. Like those are just two solid, amazing games.
Why would I have disagreed with that? I thought you were about to say something belligerent, like No Man's
Because-
Sky was a decent game or something.
Dude, No Man's Sky coming with No Man's Sky 1.
Oh, dude,
Coming with
did you
coming
guys?
with TP.
And timeout. No, Luke, shut up for a second. And No Man's Sky also came with Inventory Management 1. I was so
Oh, dude,
excited.
I love
That
that
game
game.
should have come with lighter fluid and a match, dude.
Did you guys see
It
the
did.
tweets?
In the inventory.
The alleged hack
Yes,
tweets?
I did. Dude.
Fucking
And
Hello,
then he
Hello
responded
Games.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No Man's Sky was a mistake. Oh man.
Yeah, they were hacked. And he was like
Allegedly.
yeah, well,
Allegedly.
then he was like the only mistake here was having
not
like,
setting
a
up the authentication.
a two-way authentication. I don't know. Sean Murray
I think somebody got pissed off and did that, and then they had to like go into damage control.
Oh yeah, Sean Murray needs to like just step out, be like, hey, because like once again, Bucky's gonna disagree. But the thing that I hate about this is the fact that honestly, Hello Games has such a good thing going and they don't realize it, meaning that they can pull a Minecraft with this. Minecraft is not a good game by itself. It's not. I'm gonna be the first one to tell you it's not a good game by itself.
But it lets
The
you
thing
do
that-
so much, right? And like you can share.
Yes,
that
the
whenever.
thing about that game makes it awesome is that you can make any game inside of that game. No Man's Sky is so big,
There's
you can
nothing
do
to
the same thing. Yes, you can do the same thing with that though. You can put so much more stuff. Go to a planet and you do this. Go to another planet and you do that. That is such a good idea if they would just capitalize on it. And they refuse to do that because they still think the game revolves around management of your inventory, which is stupid.
Well, I don't know if they're
And-
like fighting for what the game is, or it's just like a 10-person team or whatever, and they just got way too in over their heads, and they should make.
You're
they're
right.
an indie studio, and they should make indie-sized games, and I think they could excel. But they tried to make a AAA-sized
Honestly-
game that has nothing in it.
Honestly, at this point, who the hell cares? I'm gonna be honest. Hello Games,
My
they
wallet.
mucked up. Hello Games just mucked up. Is the point? They had an amazing thing going. They decided to include it without a storyline, basically at all. The worst part is you know what? I just watched a YouTube video before I traded in that game. I watched the YouTube video to see the ending of it. The ending is like a million times worse than you can ever expect it
Isn't
to
it
be.
just like starting off a new game plus?
No,
You literally just go
yeah.
back and
Yeah, you start off exactly where you were. You did all of this work. Spoiler alert, by the way, to everybody that actually cares.
It's been.
You
It's
start
been
off. I mean, it's not really been long enough, Luke. But hopefully everybody's traded in that game. But anyways, though, you just start. You go to the center of the earth. Center of the universe. You start all the way over. Your ship crashes because you travel so fast to get to the center that you start out again back at the very beginning, and all of your stuff is broke again. So you have to travel around, find everything to rebuild all your stuff.
so
It's the dumbest. It's worse than Mario, where like the princess is in another castle and like you just start all over, because that was awesome at the time. This is just like I did all that work for nothing.
Yeah. When I found out that's what it was, I just stopped because I was like, I wanted to find out the secrets of the story and whatever. And apparently there's nothing, and that's pointless.
And that's what I'm saying. Like they have the building blocks to put in absolutely any story they want to, and for some stupid reason, Hello Games decides to go with, we're not going to talk about how much of a mistake we made. Instead, we're just going to tell you that it wasn't a mistake and that you should still play our game anyways, which is dumb.
You don't know what's good for you.
God, we need to get enough money to buy Hello Games so I can walk in there and go, Sean Murray, you're out. You're done. You ruined it. You're
Burn
done.
him at the stake, dude.
And I'm not gonna burn him, but I'm probably not even gonna fire him. But you know what? Let's get the money and I'll decide what I'll do. That's what we'll do.
Yeah, the stolen money and give it back to all the people, dude. How about that?
So back to Dishonored.
All right, yeah. Before I get upset, dude. Damn.
All right, so Dishonored 2, Buck's buying it. Luke, you're waiting on review copies.
Nah, I'm gonna pick it up.
Yep.
Check it out.
Bethesda Complex, baby.
I want a stealth game, man. I want to sneak around and some shit.
I'll wait till November 12th to buy it.
Well, dude,
I'll text you how it is.
the reviews won't be out by then. Is that the release date?
I know that. That's the only issue.
You have to wait later.
So am I not able to review it either for him? Like if I send him a text and say it's fantastic?
Yeah, Bethesda will block it.
Oh no.
Block that single text message.
Total hate me. He'll never send me a game ever again.
Whatever, it's fine. All right.
Oh no.
Next.
That's it.
No, that's not it, Luke. It's the next segment, not the next game. Next segment.
Oh,
here he comes, baby.
all
Hold
right.
on. It's gonna be good. Feel it.
Here we go. Snuggle up. Snuggle up.
Here we go. It's almost November. It's getting cold outside. You got to make sure to light the fireplace up, draw up some hot cocoa, cuddle up on the couch, and make sure we don't forget about the lesser known. So
What's lesser known, Luke?
this week, I wanted to talk about a little game called Katamari Damacy. Now, we were talking a little bit before, and Dakota, you thought a lot of people had played this, so I don't know how many of our listeners are familiar with it. I know it's had a lot of sequels and the series has lived on, but I feel like it's pretty.
It's not a lot of sequels.
Yeah, dude, they're still making games like for mobile phones.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, time out. First of all, did you play the mobile phone game?
No,
It's shit. Don't even think about
that's
doing
what I
it.
heard. I mean, but they did one for the Vita. I got the Vita one.
Which was decent.
Yeah.
Then they did 2, and then there's 1. That's all.
No, they did Katamari 1, Katamari 2, PSP.
We love cat. Wait,
We Love Katamari.
Which one's
is the
We
second
Love-
one. Second one.
Oh.
PSP 360, a different one for PS3,
What?
a Vita one, and a mobile phone one, and there might have been like some other random spin-offs in there too. So anyway,
basically you just a lesser known that's not actually lesser known at all, and it's actually
I feel like the majority of people are not going to heard of this game. So what it is you're an alien that comes down to Earth. You're the son of the king of all cosmos, and you come down to Earth, and you have this ball, It's called a Katamari.
Wait. Okay, keep going.
And you roll the ball around and pick stuff up, basically. So you start off really small. So you're picking up pennies and little pieces of candy. But then the Katamari keeps getting bigger and bigger as you pick up more stuff. So you go from like being on the tiny little floor of this house to eventually you're rolling up the house because your Katamari's grown so much. And then you roll up the whole town. And then eventually, by the end of the game, you roll up the whole world. So,
What's the
so
point?
satisfying, dude.
What's the point of making these?
Go
Go ahead and tell them.
Oh, yeah. So
This is the best part.
The king of all cosmos, they never say that he got drunk or whatever, but he smashed through the night sky and knocked all the stars out of the sky. So you have to make new stars. I forgot about this. You got to make new stars by rolling up enough stuff. And if it's a small Katamari, it's going to be a tiny little star, but you want to roll everything up and make a really big star, a bunch of really big stars. And it's a really fun game. It's got great music. It's funny as hell. It's just so weird.
Music is awesome.
And it's just got this crazy Japanese charm that is one of a kind. And what's funny is the guy that created the game, I forget his name, Kaita something, Takahashi, I think.
Takahashi, yep.
Yeah, Takahashi.
He made the game as like a comment on like consumerism and materialism, and then he didn't direct any of them after the first one, and then Bandai Namco like just churned out a bunch of sequels that were the same thing. So that was kind of funny. But
I think that's what I was thinking of. Like, he didn't actually do any of them, so really there wasn't that many sequels. But I guess
he might have been involved in the second one, but after that, definitely not.
yeah. I thought the second one, and then that was it. Because the second one was honestly where like everything. That one is nearly a perfect game. That one's awesome.
Yeah, because the first one was a little bit light on content, and then the second one they upped it pretty well and fleshed it out. And then all the sequels, it's cool to have Katamari on your current system or on your handheld or whatever. It's not like anything great.
Right.
But definitely a unique, crazy little series. One of a kind.
Just play that game. Don't play Tap My Katamari because it's absolutely horrible. I played it for a little bit. I don't really understand it. You just tap, and it's really annoying.
Yeah, probably the best way to play right now is get Beautiful Katamari for the 360, Katamari Forever for PS3, or the Vita one, which I don't know how many people out there are going to have a Vita, which if you don't get one, great system. But anyway.
I remember playing that at your house, and I loved rolling up people and seeing them like twitch.
Squirm around in the
yeah.
ball.
Yeah, just having a total seizure on my Katamari. That was awesome.
I feel like I've had a lot of people like my family, if they came over at Christmas, or like my roommates in college are like, what are you doing? What the hell? I'm like, dude, just trust me.
Rolling up crabs off the beach.
Trust me. This game is awesome.
I'm making stars for you. Don't worry about it.
So satisfying, man.
I do also remember, like, recently I had a conversation with somebody at work. I can't even remember who it was, about Katamari Damacy, and I was like, dude, that game was so awesome. But the best part of it, in my mind, is still the story where King of all Cosmos gets drunk, loses all the stars, it's just like, hey, you can do this.
I thought that was a me and you chat.
Maybe it was, dude.
I feel like no one else that we work with
would ever play that game.
knows Jack.
No.
Maybe.
Hey, so everybody that we work with, hey, so that listens to this podcast, play Katamari Damacy. Let me know what you think about it at work. That'd be awesome.
Or throw it in the comments if you think I'm wrong, because I don't think you know what you're talking about. And it'll help clear up this conversation, because I think it was with him.
Maybe. Fine.
I don't know. There's only two people I can think about, so we'll see if that.
Let's see what happens. We'll look at the comments. That you'll be our fourth comment of all time.
So yeah, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know.
If you're the 100th comment, you
hit
may
that sub. Crush that sub button.
Yeah.
Subscribe
for Halloween goodness, or I will know you didn't.
Buck, do you have anything to say about Katamari Damacy? I feel like we kind of.
I just said multiple things about it.
I'm saying like any ideas,
ideas? What?
Meaning
you roll stuff up. It's fantastic.
Did you ever have like something that always draws your like any moment in during that game that you always go back to. There we go.
I mean, I always remember rolling up the little crabbies, dude, because
Oh,
all their
okay.
little legs would squirm around in the big balls.
All right, so our both of our memories are pretty much the same. All right.
I gotta pipe in with my defining Katamari moment is whenever I did the last level in the first one. It's like you play through the progression and you get bigger and bigger and bigger, and like it's so satisfying. The final level when you're just rolling up everything. You're rolling up islands and mountains and cities, and like you finally get to that point where like you're just in the ocean rolling around and there's nothing else to roll up. I'm like, this is insane. This is just crazy.
I need to roll more.
I just
It was
love
like this just this unsatiable fucking hunger to roll stuff up, man.
I just it's such a quirky game that works. That's the best thing
Yeah.
about
Oh,
it.
and then what was that? If you flipped the sticks, it would like rocket, like you would
Yeah.
spin it and like shoot,
Yeah, I remember that now.
which always just ended up screwing you over because you'd like hit a wall and all your stuff would go spraying out all over the place.
We try not to talk about that.
Yeah, you know.
That part always sucked.
Yeah, a little bit. All your little crabbies, you gotta go.
I remember whenever I also went to your house, Luke, and I played the first level, and I was so mad whenever I was like picking up like paper clips and stuff. I was like, dude, I want to pick up people and cars and houses, and I want to do that. And you were just like, dude, it takes time.
You
And
have to
I
have
was
the
like, I don't
discipline.
care. Yeah, I didn't have.
Grasshopper.
I said, screw it. I want to pick up these people. That
Just bloodlusted.
You got to learn
the
from
other
Dark
thing that I thought was
Souls
hilarious.
and
The
build
other
up to
thing
it.
that, oh my God! Next thing you're gonna tell me is there's two principles. There's a recognition and an execute.
Exactly.
Recognize the pattern and execute. Anyways,
That is the Dark Souls philosophy, and you have
the,
much to
the
learn.
other thing. The
Oh,
other
God.
thing that I thought was awesome about that game was that I remember whenever I first started picking up people, and like they were in a line dancing, and I'm sitting there like rolling through these people, picking all of them up, and none of them ever broke dance. None of them. They never got out of line. They never ran around. They never did any of that. They were just like,
Dedication.
Yeah, that's the discipline, man.
oh, my bad. I forgot. Dark Souls came out back then. They all played it. They were all experts in the
first
two
Dark Souls.
fundamentals. They were all experts in the two fundamentals of Dark Souls.
Well,
There
actually,
is a
Recognize
lot
the
of rolling.
pattern.
From Software has been making Dark Souls, well, not Dark Souls style, but a lot of their influence has been present even since their first game, Kingsfield.
Yes. Oh my God, you guys.
Yeah. See, you say Bethesda is the one game or the company that you trust. From Software can do no wrong in my eyes.
That's not true.
I will buy
Three was
everything they
easy.
purchase.
Everybody says that Dark Souls 3 was easy.
Nah,
Compared to the
dude,
other
no.
two.
When that came out, people were getting crushed by the fucking
What?
You,
Would you like to argue with it?
I'm not gonna get into some wild that. I thought
I'm pretty
3 was
sure-
easier than the other ones, dude.
Exactly. Everybody
The
said
other ones
just
were way harder. In
To
my
quote-
eyes.
to quote a certain individual at work, which by the way is Buck, all you have to do is get right underneath them and hack away.
see,
in 3.
that's the way it always is. A lot of enemies, their weak point is directly under them because they can't get to you. So I think what I thought it was personally is people were just used to the Dark Souls formula at that point. So it wasn't necessarily easier, but most people were just used to it and they knew what to expect.
You know
Because
what?
it didn't
This
change
is
the stuff up enough.
Well, I
I-
think it's maybe just because it plays so much smoother too that it felt easier. Maybe I don't know. Because 3 played smooth, man.
Yeah,
I
you could move fast. I felt like your stamina just lasted longer. Like, I don't know.
That and when you die, you didn't lose half your health bar.
Yeah, that was
For
nice.
the next time you tried to beat the
That-
hard boss.
That was annoying as hell in Dark Souls 2 and Demon Souls, which did that as well.
That made it
So,
so hard.
So,
Sorry, sorry, bud.
back to what? So, Luke, how's the beer that you're drinking?
Oh,
I'm
this-
sick of this conversation.
It's good. This Slow Ride from New Belgium. It's a session IPA, which I've seen a few. I'm honestly not sure what a session IPA is. Different than a regular one, but this was very good. It's got the hoppiness, but not too overwhelming. So it's a nice, smooth beer. Very good.
It's good. Mine, my Palo Santo Marron from Dogfish Head.
What is it? Say that again.
Dude, I can't. Stop it. Palo Santo Marron. There we go. Whatever. I don't know. It says malt beverage aged on Palo Santo wood.
It's malt liquor. It's like a 40 ounce.
Yo, what?
I go hard,
Came in here
man.
with a 40.
No, dude, it's
Yeah,
only 12.
one of these
fluid
episodes, I'm
ounces.
gonna just bring a 40 ounce of Cobra, 40 ounce of Old English.
Anyways, though, can we get back? That must be why
Grab the
why
Colt
I'm,
45, dude.
that's actually probably why I'm feeling this a lot more than usual.
Is it
Anyways,
actually malt liquor, or what does it say?
No, it actually is malt liquor.
Ooh,
It really
Well,
is. But it's not 40 ounce. I mean,
It's
it's
a regular-
Dogfish. They're classy.
yeah.
They don't do the
It's like
40
legitimately
ounce.
good stuff.
Yeah. Anyways, though, Jesus Christ. Actually, now that I pointed it out, I am feeling this.
all right,
Anyways,
let's get out of here, dude.
Next
Let's
thing you know,
hurry
you're
up.
gonna fly through the
You
sky
gotta
and knock
wrap
all the
this
stars out.
He's gonna self-destruct soon. Let's run.
anyways, though, it's good. It's very beery, if that makes sense. I mean, all I'm gonna say is like you can definitely taste the liquor in this, which usually the beers that I have, like you can barely, but this one you can definitely. So it's a lot stronger than what I'm normally having, obviously because it's a malt. But I mean, it's good. It's probably my least favorite of the Dogfish Head ones I've had so far, but it's good. It's good.
Good deal, Buckman. The pump kick still good.
Yeah,
Pumpkin
dude.
Shandy.
Why are we even
Dude.
Why are we even having him right now? With he's gonna give the same review as last time.
Now I'm telling you, it's gonna be hard to say goodbye to this right here, man. So I won't talk about it too much. I'm just gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss it.
Dude,
No,
you should have just like
doesn't-
stocked up heavy on the pumpkin beers so that you
I
got
know.
them.
I'm pretty sure that they sell it till like Thanksgiving, dude. I think you're fine.
They better, man.
I
I'm gonna
know
break
the
down.
Dogfish Head's pumpkin ale is they usually sell that till like Thanksgiving.
I still haven't gotten that one. I don't know why.
So good.
I know. I don't get it. I'm gonna get it tomorrow.
Wait, why tomorrow? Never mind. I'll tell you that later.
Okay. Oh god.
Anyway,
This is gonna be bad. Okay.
I'll be fine. It's a malt beverage. I mean, Luke, how? Never mind. Anyways, though,
All right, let's wrap this up.
I forgot that you were.
Save us,
went.
Luke. Save us.
All right. Man, for having
All right,
nothing to
so-
talk about, we had a full episode, so that's pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah.
How long is that?
Nerds will always find something to do.
We're at an hour 22 right now.
Holy Jesus!
We failed. We failed. Just kidding.
That's a
We were
good, that's a
trying to
good
leave this
failure.
one at 45.
No, I think it's just forever gonna stay there, buds. There's just too much to talk about, even when there's not.
I feel
Which-
like
that's
the
good,
banter
that's
is good. Yeah, the banter is fine.
That's what makes it, man. So,
The
yeah.
mega minds.
So basically, what we learned from this episode is Dishonored 2 is better than what I thought. Call of Duty still is insignificant to everybody, and that's worth a damn ever in this
Besides
world.
the norms. The normies will always be.
Hey, shh. Pokemon Sun and Moon, awesome. Watch Dogs 2 sounds good, maybe good. Same with Final Fantasy. Planet Coaster, yo.
The fact that you just said
10 out of 10.
Planet Coaster, yo. I'm definitely never going to pick that up then. Jesus.
Dude, I'm pre-ordering that like right now, actually on Steam. Actually, I can't do that.
Yeah, we need to stop this pre-order culture. I'm a victim of it too much.
We do, and also, so I have bad news. I'm apparently buying my wife a Mac tomorrow. I'm kind of
Nice.
scared about this.
What kind
Oh,
are you getting?
dude, What?
What kind are you getting?
A Mac? I just said that. What do you mean?
A Mac
Desktop?
what?
desktop.
There's like
MacBook
20.
Pro. Like I don't.
Are you getting
we
one of the
haven't
new MacBook
decided
Pros that they just announced?
No, dude, that like stupid little track bar thing.
It's kind of
no,
an interesting
or
idea.
what- No, see, this is the problem. It's a fundamental issue. By the way, we are in a complete entertainment media, so we are not focusing strictly on games. So, ready? This is the first time we get into laptops, besides all your stuff. Anyways, though, the problem with this is that you're gonna use the screen. I don't even know what it's called, but you're gonna use that thing, right?
The
To
touch bar.
pull up things. Say what?
The touch
Track
bar. Anyway,
Touch
yes.
bar.
But it changes
Anyways,
based on what
so
you're using.
Yes,
Which
but
is
you're
cool.
gonna use that to pull up things on your main screen. So why would you ever look away from your main screen? That's my point.
don't
Like,
know.
it's dumb. I understand they're being innovative. It's just dumb.
So you're getting her one of the older version MacBook Pros?
I mean, I'm getting her whatever she wants,
Okay.
which apparently is that.
Because the regular, just straight up MacBooks that they updated that are like really thin, those look really good, and I've heard good things about those. Obviously, the Pros, just a standard laptop for a lot of people, does a great job, gets the job done.
Right.
So yeah, cool stuff.
And Battlefield. Yep. You can pick that up too.
Maybe. I don't know yet.
So anyway,
Things will be.
Huh?
I said things will be decided tomorrow.
Yeah, they will.
Anyways, though, can we wrap this up? Jesus.
where can people find us at? So you can follow at ZTargeting2016 on Twitter, at ZTargeting2016 on Instagram. It's at ZTargetingMedia for our Facebook page. So those you can follow to get updates on what we're doing. So right now it's Codec Call, our gaming podcast, or any other projects that we have in the works, like streaming, let's plays, podcasts about other types of content, which are all potential things that may happen.
Hopefully it will happen.
Yep. You can follow me at LukeDalla23 on Twitter. Dakota's at Dakota0089 on Twitter. And Buckman is at Brow Gaming on Twitter. So that's where you can find us all at. Follow, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think. Continue to support us. Thank you for everyone that's been checking us out. Any final words, gentlemen?
I do.
Was those your final words, or
No.
more to say?
That'd be me on the electric chair, man. Any final words? I do. I'll just be no. I hope everyone had a fantastic Buck Christmas tonight. That is the best Halloween.
Oh my god.
I felt like a little kid at Christmas tonight. I hope everybody else did as well. Those are my words. Everybody have a fantastic time. Game on.
Dude, I think I'm a little too intoxicated to actually have final words.
Yeah, you look like it actually, bud.
Dude,
You just
Well, let's kill this
I'm
before we
getting
get too far into that.
Yeah.
Thank you guys, and we'll see you later.